the first two matches in the quarterfinals for you this evening. Cesaro is going to the semi-finals. Blanchard storming the ring. Blanchard demands a title shot at Ronda Rousey. Kyle O'Reilly, Roman Reigns, main event match of the evening. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be a good one. Spear from Reigns. Reigns moves on to the semi-finals. But will he go all the way to Hiroshi Tanahashi? Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. Last week the tournament kicked off with a bang, with two great matches for us to enjoy, including that scintillating main event between Roman Reigns and Kyle O'Reilly. As Cesaro and Reigns progress into the semi-finals, we have two more quarterfinal matches coming for you here tonight. But this night is actually a pretty damn big one. Not only do we have the tournament matches, we got another number one contenders match that we'll be looking at later on as we progress through the evening. First tournament match we'll see Sami Zayn against Christian here tonight. That one promising to be a really good match between two incredibly talented athletes. Christian, of course, looking to continue his momentum from King of the Ring. But we have a huge one, a WrestleMania rematch from 2 years ago. Tyler Breeze versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Last time they met, Tyler Breeze walked out of the grandest stage of them all with the World Heavyweight Championship. Will he progress into the semi-finals here tonight? We will see. Also, to come in our main event, the Fatal 4-Way match that will determine the number one contender to the Velveteen Dreams United States Championship at the upcoming Raw pay-per-view, The Bash. That is a huge Fatal 4-Way with incredible talents left to right. And on top of that, the tournament matches, and on top of that, we start tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw with the in-ring debut of Tessa Blanchard. And here we go. What a way to kick things off on Monday Night Raw. Jazzy, Gabert, Tessa Blanchard coming towards the ring. We saw at the top of the show what Blanchard did last week, jumping Kairi Sane before her match with Rosemary and demanding that she have an opportunity at the belt at the Bash. The Raw General Manager, Mr. Dredge, has not responded to the demands made by Tessa Blanchard last week, but has granted her her first sanctioned in-ring match here on Monday Night Raw. What a way it's going to be to kick off the evening. Blanchard, the former NXT Women's Champion, and I believe the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion we've seen in this universe as well. Holding the title for the same amount of time as Tyler Bate did with the NXT Championship. That's what happened at Living Dangerously is a matter to discuss on ECW, but as for right now, Blanchard exploding out of the gates on Carmella. You can see the anger that has possessed Tessa Blanchard these last 2 weeks as well, with her assaults, of course, first on Ronda Rousey, then on Kairi Sane. Choosing rivals old and new, it seems, is the plan for Blanchard. And while they may be without Rhea Ripley right now, while there may not be a third element to trifecta, the core of it in Gabert and Blanchard have made their way to Monday Night Raw and made their way into the face of the women's division and into the face of Ronda Rousey as well. Blanchard absolutely annihilating Carmella right now. Mella not even got a move in edgeways here. As Blanchard, look at that, mocking tears, crocodile tears for Carmella as she beats her down here. Backstabber made there by Blanchard. Dominating start here from the former NXT Women's Champion, won in the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match in this universe, and she's looking to continue where her legacy left off on NXT. First the hammerlock DDT, then the climb to the top rope. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. Magnum from Blanchard on Carmella. You can already stick a fork in it. This one's over. But as I say that, as we watch the replay, Blanchard has rolled to the outside and has taken a steel chair into her hands. Carmella, dazed as can be, getting up to her feet here. Mella slow up to her feet. Oh, Blanchard with a chair to Carmella. Referee calls for the bell instantly, but Blanchard assaulting Carmella with the chair. A hollow win for Carmella. Blanchard with the steel chair in that moment, kicking Mella out of the ring and demanding a microphone yet again. Tessa Blanchard with more to say, continuing on from what from her demand last week to be the #1 contender to the Raw Women's Championship. What a way we've already kicked off Monday Night Raw. Blanchard believing that this match was never going to prove herself. That she is beyond this little tune-up match. That she is ready to face Ronda for the title. And if the Raw General Manager doesn't give her the shot, another one is off to the hospital. Oh, wait a minute. On the Tron himself. The Raw General Manager, it seems, has a response. If Blanchard wants the match, she can get it, but she has to step into the ring with Bayley and beat her next week. If she wins, she'll go to the Bash and challenge Ronda Rousey. If she loses, it's off to the sidelines for her. And the shot goes to Bayley. #1 contender match next week made by the Raw General Manager. Bayley versus Blanchard, and Blanchard saying that she can use the chance to prove why she is the most dominant NXT champion and why she will be the next Raw Women's champion. Don't forget the name Tessa Blanchard, because in just a few weeks we'll be looking, in her eyes, at the next Raw Women's champion. Well, Blanchard wasn't interested in doing things the noble way. She did things the trifecta way. Havoc, and by her own means. Blanchard versus Bayley next week for the Raw Women's Champion, for the shot at the Raw Women's Championship. What a piece of news to start this episode on Monday Night Raw. And with that, we move on to the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. The third match in this, what has so far been a very eventful tournament. Sami Zayn against Christian here this evening. Two underdogs squaring off one-on-one. Always a nice sight to see. Zayn, of course, saw the success of his tag team partner Cesaro last week, who advanced by overcoming Bryan, who, of course, still has a decent shot here tonight as Bryan in the main event as he competes for the opportunity at the United States Championship and the Velveteen Dream at the Bash. Glad that in the week that has passed since last week's episode of Monday Night Raw that a pay-per-view name has been determined. We do owe thanks to our incredible viewers for that one, for suggesting the names. Bash was chosen by Mr. Dredge not long before this show actually came on the air, but looking forward to seeing how that'll go in 4 weeks' time. Maybe a little bit longer than that one, actually. Yeah, 5 weeks' time. Still a long ways to go. Here we go. Sami Zayn usually has the crowd behind him, usually has the morale of the crowd leading him on, trying to lead him towards victory. That might not happen here tonight, in all honesty. The runner-up in the 2019 King of the Ring, the man who had not only Korakuen Hall, but those watching around the world in the palm of his hands as he went into the finals against Aleister Black. There was not a person in that prestigious venue, and there was not a person watching it live who wanted Aleister Black to win. Everyone was on Christian's side. Unfortunately for Captain Charisma, it didn't go the way that he wanted it to. Christian did not walk out with the King of the Ring victory under his belt. He was one move short. And of course, we saw from then on, people wanted Christian to go to the grandest stage of them all. Talks of Christian Mania. Christian lost his opportunity, though, to even get a shot at the US title. That, of course, went to the Velveteen Dream anyway. But now, I think the King of the Ring final and the promise that Dredge made to Christian regarding giving him a chance to prove himself once again, this is it for Christian. He talks about one more match, he talks about one more ride, one more fight within him. This is it for Christian. This could very well be the moment where Christian's hopes and dreams of that one more ride happens. But in order to do that, he has to advance through the former WWE champion here tonight in Sami Zayn. Both these guys have shared similar paths. They both had to overcome extraordinary circumstances. They've both had the odds well stacked against them, and In Zayn's case, he's definitely come out on top because he has a World Heavyweight Championship to his name. Christian has won pretty much everything but the world title. And you can hear this crowd tonight on the side of Christian as this matchup gets underway. So that says quite a bit. Even Sami Zayn doesn't have the crowd on his side in this moment. It is all about Christian. Former United States and Intercontinental Champion. Looking to make something happen here against the former WWE and ECW television champion. Nice call number tight between these two well-respected wrestlers to get things underway. Zayn has the arm locked right now. Can Christian fight his way out of it? He sure can, into a hammerlock now by the veteran that is Christian, and wrenches on it for good measure. Nicely done there. Give the edge to Christian on the opening exchange. Went for a drop kick there. Zayn moves out of the way. Nice to see after that wild opening we just had. A little bit of calm, a little bit of serenity here between two guys who respect one another, respect the crowd as well, and are here to put on a great match. But of course here to advance on in this tournament. I assume there would be a part of Cesaro that would want Sami Zayn to win here, and maybe they can meet in the semi-finals. Of course, Roman Reigns and Cesaro are going to be paying attention to both matches here tonight with their eyes on this one and the eyes on Breeze versus Nakamura later on tonight. WrestleMania rematch coming your way here on Monday Night Raw. WrestleMania main event rematch by nonetheless. Good crossbody there by Zayn. Only got the one count though. On the shoulder. Michinoku driver there, a little bit more high angle than the one we usually see from the superstars in this universe. Zayn taking things up to the top rope now, looking to fly. Elbow drop on Christian. Hooks the leg. Will this advance him into the semi-finals? Christian kicks out at 2. Good stuff from both men so far. Christian, though, maybe a little bit more slow off the mark than Zayn is, but that's to be expected. Zayn's a little bit more sprightly in his offense compared to Christian, sorry. Christian, with a good corner drop kick there. Looking to retake control of the match. Edge-o-matic. Paying homage, of course, to his friend and now retired talent in Edge. Big frog splash there from Christian. Will it move him on to the semi-finals? Oh, he got close. Real good 2 count there. Referee in the right position to have an eye on it. And Christian could be moving into the semi-finals. Can he ignite it? Kill switch? No. Zayn has the counter. Look at that by Christian though. Gets countered and right away trying to get back on the offense. That shows Christian's desire in this tournament. He's not here just to fill in space. He's here to go all the way. If he can, he will do everything in his power to make sure that his name is the one alongside Hiroshi Tanahashi's at the bash. Fireman's carry. Flapjack now. If Christian can't do it in this tournament, I don't know when Christian's opportunity will come. Maybe Money in the Bank. Maybe. But I'm sure if there's a way Christian would want to do it, if there was a way he would want to achieve that World Heavyweight Championship, it would be to go through everyone in this tournament to reach Tanahashi and to beat him. Sami Zayn, as much as he respects Christian, he wants it to be his chance. He wants it to be his opportunity at Tanahashi. Koji clutch now from the former WWE champion. Will Christian tap out? Will he submit here to the Koji clutch? Will Christian's chance for one more ride slip away from him? Koji clutch locked in deep. Christian, I don't think he's aware of where the ropes are. Zayn ain't letting go. And the longer Christian's in that hole, the more likely he is to fading. Good work though by Christian, gets himself out of it. Zayn making life awfully tough for him, hanging on in there. Irish whip, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Into the cover, hoping to put away Christian here. Very early kick out. This has been Zayn's match, far more than it's been Christian's in all honesty. Captain Charisma definitely needs to do something here to make sure to get the peeps back up on their feet, to get them chanting for Christian once again like they did at the start of the match. Christian getting his way out of that chin lock, opening here for him. Impact DDT execution. And Christian now, here he goes, clotheslines, ducks under Zayn's, who comes off the ropes, and into a tilt-wall backbreaker of Christian's own. Christian fired up now, reverse DDT, plants him, the crowd on their feet, there's an opening here for Christian, there's an opening. Drags Zayn away from the ropes. Great thinking there. Tactical mind of Christian. Working well. He sees the chance. Can he go for it? Can he go to the semi-finals? Christian. Kill switch. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And the tournament luck continues on for Christian. He's off to the semi-finals. Christian has made it happen. He advances through Sami Zayn. He's going to the semi-finals. He'll join Roman Reigns and Cesaro. And the winner of Shinsuke Nakamura and Tyler Breeze later on this evening. Congrats to Christian. If there's anyone who's going to know what it feels like to go all the way through this tournament, it would be him. Can he make it happen though? Can he make glory happen? We'll find out in the weeks that are to come. As for now, we move on. Tag team matchup on its way. Magnum Opus in action for the 3rd week in a row as they look to break their duck against a team that the last time we saw them had deep issues with one another. That was TM61. Back-to-back weeks where they walked out on one another. Back-to-back weeks of troubles and turmoil in TM61. Took a long time away. They talked things out. They did everything that they could to make sure that things were going, smoothly. Whether or not that is still the case, we will find out. As for now, we will, this is the match to see if Nick Miller and Shane Thorne have sorted out their issues with one another, if they've resolved any problems they had, and if things are back up on the rise for TM61, I think is the best way of putting it. We'll see, though, as they get ready to take on Aiden English and Damian Sandow, looking for a win here. Things seem on high morale there from TM61. 5 from Thorne and Miller. I mean, they've had a month or so to sort things out, so maybe, just maybe, things are on the up for them. Oh! Aggressive start there by Thorne. Look at this right away. Thorne coming out of the gate swinging. Magnum Opus, as I was about to say, looking for that first win. I mean, they lost Sullivan and Shelton Benjamin last week. Oh, knees up there from English. Lost to War Machine the week before. Things are not looking all that good for Magnum Opus right now. But then again, when was the last time things ever looked good for them? Tag mate, in comes Nick Miller now. Wraps the arms around. Double shoulder tackle. Oh, yanking on the groin there. That's going to hurt. Now it's time to see what Nick Miller can do in this matchup. I'm interested to see what he'll get done here. Wait a minute. Aiden English taking control. Talking down to Miller. Should have been trying to make the tag into Sandow. And that is why, because Miller gets out of the turnbuckle and hits this flip neck breaker there. Not too shabby indeed. Big forearm in the face there from Aiden English. Oh, great counter from Miller, though. Staying alive against the most unsuspecting, or unexpected maybe, former United States champion in this universe. Sandow also a former United States and Intercontinental champion as well. There is success in Magnum Opus. They just, for whatever reason, cannot make it happen. Tag made now. Thorne coming back in, and the same move to English again. But Aiden English is still trying to fight on here. Looking for a twisting suplex. Falcon Arrow maybe. Not going to happen. Thorne finds the counter to it. Big back suplex of his own. Sandow begging. Desperate for the tag into this one. He knows he can change the complexion of this match. Fair play to TM61. They've done a great job of just shutting that down. A great job of making sure that it just doesn't happen. That no tag is made. Comes around again. Aiden English in with the counter. If I was English, I'd just lag it right now. I would just run and try and get that tag into Sandow. counter, though, from Thorne after the attempted back suplex. Made English right up to his feet there. Snap suplex knocks him down. Elbow drop stops him moving on as well. Good thinking there from Thorne. And let's see what they'll do now. Throwing him into the corner. TM6-1 looking to finish things off, yeah. Aiden English about to strap himself in for a trip to Thunder Valley. TM6-1 back as a team, back working together, and back with a win. Thorne and Miller return with a much-needed victory. Good for them. Glad to see that things are on the up between Thorne and Miller. Interesting stuff indeed. As Thorne and Miller celebrate their victory in the ring, I'm hearing word that Drake Maverick and Shelton Benjamin are having a discussion with one another backstage. We got a camera set up there. Seems like there's things they have to say to one another. Look at this. Benjamin seems to have walked into the locker room and just giving a warning here, saying that there's a #1 contenders match between Lars Sullivan and Shelton Benjamin against War Machine next week for the shot at the tag team champions, the Authors of Pain. And Shelton Benjamin believes they will take the titles away from them. Drake Maverick, though, not afraid for 1 second. In Maverick's eyes, they're the most powerful team there is in this universe. He says that Benjamin and Sullivan will experience it at the Bash if they even make it that far. Benjamin, a slap of the knee, maybe a warning to Drake Maverick that problems could be coming his way one day. Next week, though, that'll be interesting. Benjamin and Sullivan against War Machine. Winners facing the Authors of Pain at the Bash. Whoever wins that one, that's going to be a pretty interesting match. But now it is time to focus on our rematch from WrestleMania 2 years ago. Then, Royal Rumble winner and challenger Tyler Breeze provided a huge shock in this universe when he walked out of the grandest stage of them all with the World Heavyweight Championship, taking it away from the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, who had not seen a defeat in his reign as World Heavyweight Champion. He had not been pinned, to the best of my knowledge. He had done everything to make sure that his reign was a dominant one, only for Breeze to prove that his Royal Rumble win wasn't only a fluke, it was the start of a very interesting era for Breeze. And now, back on Monday Night Raw, back with some confidence under his belt following that victory 2 weeks ago, Tyler Breeze looks to advance towards another opportunity to be the World Heavyweight Champion against his WrestleMania foe from 2 years ago. How weird it is. 2 years ago, the crowd was on the side of Nakamura and against Breeze. 2 years later, crowd is on the side of Breeze and against Nakamura. And they have not met in the ring since that fateful evening in AT&T. Breeze stayed on Raw, of course, as the world champion. Shinsuke Nakamura drafted over to SmackDown, where he stayed for almost 2 years before coming back to Monday Night Raw in the draft. And here he comes, the King of Strong Style himself, the man who returns to Raw for the first time in 2 years, albeit with a reaction far different to the one that he left with. Gone are people singing along to his theme. Now are people booing the name Shinsuke Nakamura. And who can blame him after everything he got up to on SmackDown Live? The betrayal of Kazuchika Okada, the sudden change in his attitude, the disgust almost that comes with the name Shinsuke Nakamura now. But it's Nakamura. The business with Okada seemingly finished on separate brands from one another right now. Okada on top of the world, of course, as WWE Champion. Everything that Nakamura tried to do failed. He did not make Okada's life a misery. Okada made his own life a joyous one. But that is a different tale compared to now. Nakamura and Breeze squaring off one-on-one with one another. I wonder if Shinsuke Nakamura still has that grudge in his head from 2 years ago, from the reality that he was Everything was going perfect for him as World Heavyweight Champion. No one could touch him. No one could stop him. And then along comes Tyler Breeze and takes everything away on the main stage, on the grandest stage of them all, in the main event. I wonder if that is still lingered with Shinsuke Nakamura. We'll find out right now. Been a great night of Monday Night Raw action so far. Through chance on the side of Tyler Breeze, two-time world champion. It's amazing to think, Tyler Breeze, you look at him from afar and you think an egotistical playboy figure who only thinks about himself and himself alone, and a guy who cares more about his looks than winning matches. But we've seen how heated Breeze can get in big match situations. This was a guy who was more than happy to fly the flag of Raw against the Bullet Club. This was a guy who changed his look, who ditched the selfie stick, who ditched the tassels, who ditched looking good in order to be a better wrestler. And let's not forget, this is not like this is a guy who has, done a little bit here or there. I have already explained how he won at the main event of WrestleMania, a feat that Adam Cole couldn't achieve, which kind of gives you an idea of the talent of Tyler Breeze. On top of that, Breeze won the world title again, won the United States Championship, won the King of the Ring, and won the Royal Rumble. And he achieved all of that within 12 months. From the start of 2016, within about a 13-month period, actually, now that I think about it, Breeze went from another guy on Raw, to the guy of Monday Night Raw. Things may not have gone the way he wanted to since then. He had some great matches for the US title at the opening of last year. But ECW just was not the place for Breeze, which is a tragic shame for me. I really appreciate Breeze's in-ring work. I think he's a great talent, but Monday Night Raw is definitely the home calling of Breeze. I think he just has a natural edge to him on this roster. It feels like home for Prince Pretty. Maybe the same could be said for Shinsuke Nakamura, who's now starting to get on the offense and loading away here. Puts him up on the top turnbuckle. Big knee into the gut there by Nakamura. Breeze in the spot of bother right now. He knows how to beat Nakamura. Now, he did it 2 years ago, but the difference in these two guys since then is astronomical. Intercontinental title reign for Nakamura. Incredible matches with the likes of Bobby Fish, Kazuchika Okada, Brock Lesnar, Kenny Omega. Incredible success coming his way. And of course, a newfound aggression from Nakamura as well. Breeze, on the other hand, had a slump of a year on ECW. And that might be where Breeze runs into some problems. Nakamura has stayed on top of his game. Nakamura has tried to amplify his game in many ways. With the way in which we've seen him since September, supermodel kicked out from Breeze as if to say, I've still got it. I can still take care of Nakamura. And he might well do here. Beauty shot loaded up. Nakamura moved out of the way. Great stuff from these guys. Flying forearm there from Breeze. Snapmare as well. Breeze now looking to try and maybe slow down the pace. Make sure that Nakamura cannot explode with the offense. Make sure that Nakamura is not dangerous here. Once Nakamura can get in some knees, once he can get in some hard hits, that's it. You are done for. Oh, like that one. Right into the gut of the two-time world champion. Nakamura yanking on the arm right now, wrenching on it. Breeze in trouble here, only briefly though. Look at that great evasion by Breeze to get up on his feet, and the back elbow to get out of the hammerlock as well. This is why these two guys are former world champions. Their talent is immense. There's no other word for it. Good counter there by Nakamura. Turns around Breeze again. Another exploder from Nakamura. Can the King of Strong Style lead himself into the semi-finals? The final spot available. Nakamura with the drop kick from the second rope. Catches Breeze there. He might be one Kinshasa away from joining Christian Reigns and Cesaro. Breeze looking to make sure that doesn't happen. Single leg Boston Crab. Great transition. Nakamura's leg though. On top of that bottom rope. Wait a minute. Christian has the kill switch. Tyler Breeze has the unprettier. Unprettier from Breeze. Will the same move get victory twice tonight? I can't even finish my sentence before Nakamura has already kicked out. No chance there for Breeze to move on. Breeze now going up to the top rope here, whisking it all. Double leg drop, and it looked like both of the legs went across the throat and the chest of Nakamura. Kick out at 2. Only just though. Breeze, he is controlling this match right now. Let's not move away from the fact that Breeze is doing a great job in this match right now. No way to ignore it. Supermodel kick. Oh, good evasion there from Nakamura. Breeze definitely, when he's on Monday Night Raw, it's like he hasn't lost an edge. It's like he hasn't lost a step in his game. And for a big splash in the turnbuckle, though, Nakamura moved out of the way. Big forearm, though, for Breeze. I think he's struggling right now. I think he's struggling to keep up with Breeze. I think he's struggling to tap into that extra level. That level that made him such a success. That level that won him the Money in the Bank briefcase, the World Heavyweight Championship. It had him beat the Beast at one point. Breeze up to his feet. Breeze gets, though, after a 1 count from the move in the turnbuckle. There's a supermodel kick for you. Breeze now hoping it's enough to take him to the semi-finals. Another kick out from Nakamura. There's not much life in the King of Strong Style, and Breeze knows it. Prince Pretty looking to dethrone the King of Strong Style here. Nakamura up to his feet. Breeze unloading away with more offense. Crowd on their feet there momentarily for Tyler Breeze, cheering on everything that he can do. Breeze feeling a little bit confident in the moment. Can he capitalize on it, though? Nakamura gets in a quick strike, as does Breeze. These two men now starting to trade back and forth with one another. Dragon screw from Breeze. Smart idea. Take out the leg. And Prince Pretty, his confidence is growing as the match progresses as well. That is great to see. And again, another dragon screw to Nakamura, taking away the leg as much as he can. Breeze now has him up on his feet. Another supermodel kick in this one. Tyler Breeze not wasting a moment. He sees the opportunity right in front of him. Beauty shot! And the beauty shot connects. And with 1, 2, Tyler Breeze fills in the final slot in the semi-finals. It will be Cesaro, Roman Reigns, Tyler Breeze, and Christian who move into the semi-finals. Breeze 2-0 against Nakamura. 2 years may have passed, but Tyler Breeze hasn't lost a step on Monday Night Raw against the King of Strong Style. Great to see Breeze back on top. Can he go all the way to take on the ace of the universe? We will find out as the tournament progresses on next week. But as for tonight, as for right now, big time Fatal 4-Way main event coming up. Who will face the Velveteen Dream at the Bash for the United States Championship? Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Andrade, Cien, Almas, Pete Dunne. This is going to be great. After a great night of action that we have been treated to from the Raw brand, we cap it off with 4 immensely talented athletes in the Fatal 4-Way. 1 fall to a finish, no countouts, no DQs. First man to get a pinfall or submission will get the opportunity to challenge for the United States Championship. Great opportunity for guys like Jeff Hardy as well, back on Monday Night Raw. Jeff had inklings of success, I think would be the nicest way to put it, without sounding rude, on SmackDown Live. He, of course, did challenge for the WWE Championship at one point, and he gave it socks against Lesnar, but naturally, as so many did when they came up against Lesnar, they couldn't get the upper hand. Naturally, they couldn't get the WWE Championship to go with it. Hardy, though, looking to claim the United States Championship. An interesting thing about Jeff Hardy is I genuinely don't know when he held a singles title in this universe. I don't even know if he's held a title. Maybe he held the US title a long, long time ago. I'm not too certain. But here comes the longest reigning NXT Global Champion we have had in this universe. That is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. Dunne, of course, was kicked out of the Dangerous Alliance 2 weeks ago. We saw it on SmackDown Live. The final shot of Pete Dunne on SmackDown Live was him screaming out in pain in the heel hook as Bobby Fish snapped on him after Dunne inadvertently cost Bobby Fish the opportunity to challenge for Kazuchika Okada's WWE Championship. Now there was a great opportunity for Dunne. He is free of the Dangerous Alliance, free of Paul Heyman, free of Bobby Fish. He's doing no one else's dirty work. He is set on his own business, his own focus. That is good for the Bruiserweight. And a great thing to see as well, just a week after his debut, that he's being given this much of an opportunity from the Raw General Manager. The Dredge sees this much talent in him, and hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. This guy's, he's got all the makings. He's got all the talent in the world. We saw it on NXT for months on end. But there are plenty that you have to go through to earn an opportunity, and one of them is the gatekeeper of Monday Night Raw, the man who will stay on Monday Night Raw for at the very least another year. Daniel Bryan continues on the legacy of being the only man to never change brands in this universe. Bryan's been here since day one, and since day one he has been a Monday Night Raw superstar. And he keeps on going. Fresh faces there may be in this match, returning faces there may be in this match as well. Daniel Bryan though, the old guard, the gatekeeper, the figurehead, the face, the embodiment of Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan's blood does bleed red, but it bleeds red for Raw. And the Yes movement everywhere they go rewards him. I imagine they'll reward him again here tonight. They'll want a Daniel Bryan victory. They'll want to see him going to the Bash. And you know what? Even with so many talented athletes in this match, yeah, I wouldn't be against Daniel Bryan going to the Bash. I get enjoy. Daniel Bryan with the championship just seems right, and he always looks so happy to be the champion. Last year he was the United States champion, lost it to Lars Sullivan, Money in the Bank. Can he claim that title back though, or will it be the opportunity for the man who has progressed to have a huge year ahead of him? The debut of the year went to Andrade, Cien, Almas. People saying that he was, the best talent, that he was out and out the best guy across all four brands who made his debut in 2018, and that poised a huge future for El Idolo. We saw it 2-3 weeks ago. This guy went toe-to-toe with Hiroshi Tanahashi and wasn't that far away from beating the Ace either. Imagine that, your first match on Monday Night Raw, and you come 1 move away, 2 moves away maybe from beating the World Heavyweight Champion. A man who has not lost a match. A man who has not been pinned to lose a match, I think is the best way of saying it. He has been unpinned since arriving on Monday Night Raw 8 months ago. Yes, of course, Tanahashi now stands with the World Heavyweight Championship, but Tanahashi has a close eye on the tournament that is going on for his world title, as I imagine the Ace trains for that match against the Bash, for whoever he faces. Andrade though has different eyes right now, on a different focus, and that of course is the United States Championship. Would be very interesting to see Andrade versus the Dream. NXT really taking over on the main roster if that were to happen. Both men, of course, came through NXT. Andrade spent a few months there at best. He was poised for big things. And I took him up on it. I took him. And I will say right now, I will be more than happy to say, I hate the fact that Andrade is on Monday Night Raw. Andrade may not have been the most respectable guy. He had quite the ego going for him, as the crowd starts cheering for Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he had quite the ego to him, but you've seen his work. He's incredibly talented in ring, had all the makings of a future star of an era on ECW without Seth Rollins. And I know that day will come. I've discussed it many times. And I think Andrade was poised to break out and be one of those guys. But now, it just didn't happen. Like with Jay White, it just didn't happen. Goes to other places, sadly. But there's a great opportunity for Andrade here. I'm going to be as neutral as possible, but there will be a part of me deep down that will kind of root for Andrade. I want to see the guy succeed. I know he's talented. It's just about tapping that potential. Tapping into that potential, rather. Daniel Bryan there with a nice double drop kick. A week removed from his loss to Cesaro. That's not going to derail Daniel Bryan for a second. He's still going to go all out and hope to be the number one contender to the Velveteen Dreams United States Championship. If you want a benchmark, if you want to see how far you belong, if you want to see where you belong on Monday Night Raw, yeah, Daniel Bryan's the guy. Daniel Bryan is undoubtedly the guy you square up against to see where you belong on Monday Night Raw. Big drop kick there. Win or lose, you'll get a feeling for where you belong on Raw. Andrade right now soaking in the confidence as he shares the ring with Bryan and slaps the Grand Slam champion across the face. Meanwhile on the outside, Hardy and Dunne getting a bit physical with one another, trading forearms there. Look at this now, danger on the outside. Oh, Falcon Arrow. And Dunne wrenching on the arm, back in the ring meanwhile. Cover made there from Andrade, only gets one on Bryan. El Idolo continuing on his momentum from 2 weeks ago against Tanahashi. However, here tonight, no Zelina Vega to bail him out like we saw when it seemed the high-fly flow would end Andrade. Zelina rolled the referee out of the ring, or pulled him out of the ring rather. Oh, what a snap Regal Plex. Cover made by Bryan. Yeah, no Vega at ringside to help out Andrade on this occasion. If he wants to become the number one contender, he's going to have to do it by his own inkling. Nice back elbow there. Meanwhile, on the outside, Hardy and Dunne still getting physical with one another. Russian leg sweep by Jeff Hardy. Charismatic Enigma trying to take care of the bruiserweight, loading up some hard shots to him as well. Nice little twisting leg drop there. Andrade going into the cover on Daniel Bryan. Nice work by Hardy. May well have age not on his side anymore, but that doesn't mean that Hardy can't move with some speed. But Andrade, the two veterans of this universe, down in the ring right now by his own hands. Good counter by Bryan, catches the leg there. Hardy and Dunne continuing on their fight in the ring here. Referee getting caught up in the mix, not a surprise there. Dunne rolled out to the, shipped out to the outside there by Bryan, brought back in. No, Bryan getting a little bit angsty with everyone there. Maybe got a point to prove after losing to Cesaro last week. A point to prove that not only does he belong to be in this match, but he belongs to be the number one contender and the future United States champion. Cravat suplex there. Hardy rolls out of the ring, leaving Bryan alone with the bruiserweight right now. And Bryan will make sure that Dunne gets the formal introduction to Monday Night Raw. The yes kicks into the chest. Load him up. Knock him down. Kick in the head. Andrade, though, knocks Bryan down. Running Meteor in the corner. Running knees from Andrade. Hardy tries to take the cover. Andrade breaks it right away, and no surprise there. Hardy going up to the top rope. Might think about a swanton bomb. Andrade knocks him to the outside and goes back to the outside here, leaving Dunne alone with Bryan, and the bruiserweight seems oh so confident about his chance right now. Cover made, and look at that. Andrade and Hardy stopping their altercation for a moment, and they're ganging up on Pete Dunne. Wait a minute. Alley-oop bomb there by Hardy. Andrade might have been thinking hammerlock DDT. Bryan using his own momentum against him. Reverse DDT there from Hardy on Bryan. Big high kick there. Has the arm hooked. Is he going to look for the hammerlock DDT again? If he was, great counter. Cross body there, cover made by Hardy. Will it lead him to the Velveteen Dream? Kick out. High octane fatal four-way main event here. In a high gear since the moment the bell rung. Twist of fate from Hardy. Stunner variation of it. Daniel Bryan there to break it up right away. Drop kick from Bryan as well. Takes Hardy down. Dunne gets back in the ring. And Daniel Bryan dominating the ring right now. Forearm in the face from Hardy. Counter from Bryan. And double axe handle across the face there of Andrade. Hardy, Dunne and Bryan and Andrade would make great singles matches, and they are squaring off right now repeatedly with one another. Cattle mutilation, but that was right in front of Dunne. Not going to get the win with it. Right for the Hardy, rather, my apologies. And now Hardy and Daniel Bryan locking horns with one another. Good counter there by Bryan, who looks for an opportunity, who sees one right in front of him. Yes, lock made, but I think Andrade broke it up before he could even lock it in properly. Dunne rolls out of the ring courtesy of Andrade. I think Bryan wants to lock horns with Andrade once again. Double underhook, throwaway suplex. And Andrade now rolls out of the ring, leaving Bryan alone with Jeff Hardy. And he's looking to put him away. Looking to put him away right now. Yes, lock stitched in. Wrenching back on Eppa Hardy. Incredibly quick to break the hold. Good work indeed there from Hardy. Dunne returns to the ring, and look at that. Hardy had to try and save himself there. Forearm from Dunne. Bitter end from the Bruiserweight to become the number one contender. Hardy, right place, right time, makes the save. Dunne almost had him loaded up there, almost became the number one contender to the US title. Andrade sent over the top rope. Now to the outside, courtesy of Dunne. Hardy rolls to the outside. Daniel Bryan and Pete Dunne in the ring right now. Great agility from Bryan. Ducks the forearm. Running elbow. And Bryan is fired up right now. The Yes Movement cheering him on. Daniel Bryan has been an impact factor in this match. I don't think he's left the ring since the bell rung. And he's been holding it down as well. Kicks in the chest of Dunne again. And across the head as Andrade comes back in the ring. Quick shot from Andrade. And Hardy getting back in the ring now. There was an opportunity for Bryan or Andrade to get the win. That was it, but it was taken away from them. Discus forearm. Down goes Andrade. And Hardy's beef with Pete Dunne certainly hasn't ended. Getting his hands on the Bruiserweight once again here. Andrade still down on the mat. And another alley-oop bomb. Andrade rolling to the outside. Might be tactical from El Idolo. Twist of fate though from Hardy on Bryan. And Bryan in trouble. Hardy going up high. Will it lead him to the US title? Swanton bomb is evaded. Dunne looks for the cover right away. These guys are like sharks, jumping on the drop of blood that they find, hoping that it'll lead them to the Velveteen Dream. The Dream must be loving this as he watches backstage. I imagine clutched on to his US title. Cover made by Bryan in the background. Andrade kicks at it too. Still all to play for. This is definitely still anyone's match. German suplex, bridge made by Hardy. Will it lead him to the title? Bryan didn't break it up. I think he knew that there was going to be a kick out there, or at least he put that much trust into Pete Dunne. Meanwhile, Daniel Bryan, yes, lock on Andrade. Swanton bomb from Hardy in the foreground, in the background. Yes, lock still applied. Hardy couldn't get up to his feet quick enough to stop it. Andrade taps out. Hardy hoping the match was still alive there, but it is not. Daniel Bryan is the number one contender to the United States Championship and will face the Velveteen Dream at the Bash. Bryan pulls out the big win. The figurehead of Monday Night Raw, the benchmark, will face the Velveteen Dream at the Bash, still some weeks away. And wait a minute. Look who's come out to make an immediate statement. It's the champ himself. Velveteen Dream didn't wait a moment. He saw an opportunity in front of him, and he went for it. We saw how well the mind games worked for the US champ heading into his title match against Rude. He made Bobby Roode break, he cracked him, and he took the chance, and with it, the United States Championship. Now, as a two-time United States champion stands in the ring, the current one walks towards it, and it may well look to try and get under Bryan's skin as early as possible. Whether or not that'll work out or not, I don't know. Bryan is a very tough shell to crack. Bryan is a guy who's not going to back down from any altercation, and certainly not going to let any mind games dictate the pacing. He's not going to be the one who will play to the other's games, to the other's foil. Bryan standing on the outside, watching on as the Velveteen Dream looks set to close out this edition of Monday Night Raw. I wonder what he has in mind. We've seen so many of Dream's mind games in the past, dressing up like Bobby Roode. What will he do here? I wonder. It doesn't seem as if he's going over the top. He's just demanding a microphone, but wanted to make an elaborate entrance in the process. Bryan watching on from the ramp, and Dream pointing to him right away, saying that he is not the challenger the Dream is looking for. He looks worn out, he looks horrible in the eyes of Dream with that beard of his. He is a disgusting challenger, and in the eyes of Dream, he is not worth the shot at the United States Championship. Velveteen Dream refusing to face Daniel Bryan for the US title. Well, I'm sorry, Dream. That's not the way things work. Daniel Bryan's the #1 contender, and as Bryan watches on, you better be aware you're facing that guy at the Bash, and you're going to learn just who Daniel Bryan really is.